I had been thinking about going back to school for a long time.
You need a really, really strong administrative and business background.
To give a boost to my career.
So much of the business that's happening now, I think, in the area is really focused globally.
The Americas program automatically stood out for me.
And it made all the sense in the world.
I chose the Americas program because it's a global program.
It's good to have a global perspective.
I have a pretty good international background.
I'm looking forward to international assignment in my next role.
My current jobs require me to go to Asia a lot.
I love that interaction working overseas.
There are many people who think just because they speak a language that they're very well equipped.
With the Americas program, you are immersed in the culture, and I didn't really understand how important that was in business until I experienced it.
Understanding what it means to work with people from different cultures.
Different nationalities, different backgrounds, speak different languages.
Business in Brazil is very different than business in Canada.
I think opportunities far greater beyond the border of just one country.
For those who really want a cultural immersion, to understand how to do business internationally, the Americas MBA program is a wonderful choice.
The Americas program was a nice addition to the MBA.
You have the additional benefit of a multicultural experience.
The program is a partnership among 4 leading business schools across the Americas. In year 1, the Americas MBA students and the Executive MBA students are together. They start with a week in residence and then attend classes at Vanderbilt on alternating Saturdays throughout the academic year.
At the second year, the programs diverge.
Our Vanderbilt students leave their original teams and form new teams comprised of students from all of our partner schools.
Instead of coming back to Vanderbilt every other Saturday, the students will go on 4 10-day residencies. They'll be in Canada, Mexico, Brazil, and finally back here at Vanderbilt.
And so it's a whole new group of people that we're going to get exposed to, skill sets that we'll get exposed to.
We have the opportunity to work with an executive coach to understand which are your strengths and your weaknesses of your leadership style.
Our goal with the Americas MBA program is not just for you to learn international business, but to be immersed in it.
Each residency consists of not only time in the classroom, but also cultural immersions and business visits.
We look at how to do business in the US versus doing business in Brazil and Mexico and Canada.
Our neighbors to the north and neighbors to the south.
Whether you choose Vanderbilt's Americas MBA program or the traditional Executive MBA program, you get a Vanderbilt MBA.
The basic foundation is still the same. The major difference between the two is that the Americas program gives you a much deeper immersion into international business and culture.
Americas MBA students also earn a certificate from all 4 partner schools.
In this program, your immersion isn't just in the culture, it's in the business expertise that comes from the faculty who will teach you in each of those countries.
The professors are all amazing.
Entrepreneurs themselves.
EMBA profs who teach EMBAs in that particular region, who consult with companies in that region.
Not only are they known nationally within their own countries, but they're known across the region and even outside the region.
You can really take what you learn in the classroom into the real-life setting and apply it in practice.
Our Vanderbilt faculty do not travel with you and teach you in each country. Instead, you learn from the faculty in those countries who are experts in their field.
In Vancouver, Canada, students learn about international business strategy and cross-cultural management. So that's both the people and the strategy side of international business and working across nations.
In Mexico, students learn about family business and competitiveness at the region and country level.
Big Mexican conglomerates are family business.
In Brazil, we run 2 courses, one on marketing in emerging markets and another on corporate social responsibility.
Here at Vanderbilt, you'll study innovation and creating and launching new ventures.
In year 2, the students work on a capstone project with a global company.
As the teams move through their projects, they have several challenges. One is just in the formation of the teams themselves.
We're coming from 4 different schools, 4 different cultures, 4 different backgrounds.
From an educational perspective, from a work experience.
A lot of different skill sets from 4 different countries.
You're a global virtual team.
And they have to find a way to gel into a high-performing team.
We all bring something totally different to the table every time we meet.
And that's where much of the learning comes from.
How to listen to your teammates' point of view, try to incorporate it into your own thought process. And I think it benefited me a lot.
So I feel like we've really all learned a lot from each other.
The second challenge is the project itself. These are actual projects for actual clients in the region. Pharmaceuticals, automotive OEMs, consumer business, energy. What they have in common is that each one of them have strategic global implications.
This is a tremendous experience in working in virtual teams across the whole continent and solving real-life problems in companies.
At the conclusion of the program, each capstone team presents their outcomes to their global clients.
And once they graduate, I see them taking on new responsibilities.
My return on investment, especially from my company's standpoint, really pay off.
This program has opened my eyes to many other options.
My world gotten bigger.
Confidence that they can tackle these types of problems when they're faced with them at work.
Our graduates are able to raise their hands for global assignments and in the process get promoted once, twice, multiple times because they understand the world in a new way.
The Owen program has allowed me to better see kind of the bigger picture.
I can see a direct relation of my growth at Owen and my growth professionally.
It's about growth, and we should always be growing. We should always look to develop. We should always look to make ourselves better.
It's almost like I can't even remember the way I was professionally prior to Owen.
I am different at meetings. I listen differently. I ask different questions.
I didn't anticipate how much I would learn and how much I would use every single day at work.
My boss took me aside and said, I wish you could see yourself before and after.